Hey guys! Welcome to the channel!
Get ready, because the secrets hidden within the Academy walls are about to be exposed. And nothing will ever be the same. Panic erupts in the streets, as a sudden discovery sends the guards into a frenzy. Someone is lurking on the rooftops.
Watching from the shadows!
The command is clear and ruthless. No one leaves. Every suspicious individual in the vicinity is to be detained immediately. As the search intensifies, a mysterious figure moves through the darkness, undetected. But with the perimeter tightening, can this shadow escape the net closing in? A sudden, violent impact shatters the silence, signaling that the piece is officially over. In the dead of night, shadows move with lethal precision, hunting through the darkness. The predator lunges, a blur of motion that leaves no room for error. The hunt has truly begun. A sudden, violent movement shatters the silence as a dark shadow lunges forward with lethal intent. Suspenseful. The beast's eyes glow with a predatory hunger, its massive form closing the distance in a heartbeat. How urgent. The impact sends a shockwave through the area, leaving everyone wondering if anyone can survive this onslaught. A deep, menacing tone. A massive, muscular figure looms over the battlefield, radiating pure dominance. How coldly. With a chilling declaration, the warrior reveals his true, brutal intent. He didn't come to negotiate. He came to crush all opposition. How whispering. The atmosphere grows heavy as the weight of this sudden aggression leaves no room for escape. Under the cover of night, a massive, imposing figure looms over the tracks, watching a lone figure approach from the distance. The atmosphere thickens with dread as the man's eyes narrow. A dangerous decision has been made, and there is no turning back now. Prepare yourselves, because things are about to get wild. A primal shadow is emerging, and the scent of a beast is in the air. Far high energy. A sudden, violent impact shatters the silence. Without warning, a massive force crashes into the scene, leaving no room for escape as the ground trembles under the weight of an unexpected threat. Suspenseful. A sudden, violent surge of energy tears through the air, leaving nothing but chaos in its wake. With a powerful strike, the hidden force erupts, forcing everyone to witness a display of raw, uncontrolled power. A sudden, ferocious snarl pierces the silence, revealing a predator with bared teeth and eyes filled with primal hunger. The beast lunges forward, its massive, dark form striking the ground with bone. Chilling force. Others caught in the middle of the chaos. A lone figure stands frozen, facing an unstoppable nightmare that threatens everything. A sudden, violent strike cuts through the air, leaving nothing but a trail of destruction in its wake. From the shadows, a predatory gaze emerges, locking onto its target with lethal intent. The beast lunges forward, teeth bared, as the line between hunter and prey begins to blur. A sudden movement catches the eye, a sharp realization that someone is far more observant than they appear. With a cold gaze, the hidden master acknowledges the opponent's keen instincts, acknowledging a dangerous level of awareness. The true danger is revealed as the truth comes to light. That lethal strike wasn't a mistake, but a calculated attempt to end everything right then and there. The shadows in the courtyard seemed to thicken as a predatory presence emerged from the darkness, looming over the unsuspecting ground. Suddenly, a burst of brilliant light erupted. A surge of power surged through the air as a blade was unsheathed with lethal precision. The clash was inevitable. With a blinding flash, the true strength of the hidden master began to reveal itself, setting the stage for a confrontation no one saw coming. A sudden, violent burst of energy erupts, catching everyone off guard as a ferocious beast lunges forward
with lethal intent.
in the heat of the chaos. A gloved hand grips a weapon tightly, ready to strike back against the encroaching danger. The shadows shift as a powerful force clashes, leaving the outcome of this brutal confrontation hanging in the balance. A sudden, violent movement shatters the silence as a predatory shadow lunges through the darkness. The beast strikes with terrifying speed, its claws tearing through the air with lethal intent. With bared teeth and eyes full of hunger, the predator prepares to finish its hunt, leaving no room for escape. Since suspenseful, a sudden, violent movement shatters the silence, catching everyone off guard. The figure lunges forward with lethal precision, eyes burning with a focused, dangerous intent. But as the dust settles, a chilling realization begins to sink in. Something is very wrong. The atmosphere shifts instantly as a sudden, violent movement cuts through the air, catching everyone off guard. A powerful force erupts, leaving a trail of energy that signals a confrontation is no longer avoidable. The sheer magnitude of the strike illuminates the darkness, leaving the true intentions of the attacker shrouded in mystery. Shocked, a blood-curdling roar shatters the silence, signaling that a nightmare has just been unleashed. A monstrous shadow lunges forward, its predatory eyes locked onto its target with lethal intent. But the professor isn't caught off guard. With a sudden, decisive strike, the real battle begins. The tension reaches a breaking point as a sudden, violent strike connects with the beast's face, sending a shockwave through the air. A blinding flash of light erupts from the collision, momentarily obscuring the battlefield in a surge of raw power. As the dust settles, the true scale of the destruction becomes clear, leaving everyone wondering if anyone can survive this onslaught. Hence suspenseful. The shadows are closing in, and the danger has never felt more real. A massive, predatory beast looms over the unsuspecting instructor, its eyes filled with primal hunger. With lightning speed, the instructor prepares for the impact, every muscle tensed for a desperate struggle for survival. But as the light hits his eyes, a chilling realization sets in. The hunt has officially begun. Shen intense. A single, piercing gaze reveals a truth that cannot be ignored. The tension is rising, and the predator is wide awake. A dramatic. Under the cover of the night, a shadow moves with lethal precision. Something is lurking in the darkness, and the stakes have never been higher. Heavy breathing. The silence of the night was broken only by the sound of ragged, desperate breaths. A sudden realization strikes, like a cold blade. A narrow escape from a discovery that could have ended everything. The silence in the hallway was deafening. He had promised to return after hunting the beast. But as the minutes stretched into hours, a chilling realization began to set in. The mission was supposed to be simple, but now the uncertainty is suffocating. Where could he be? And more importantly, what kind of danger is he actually facing? A sudden, bloodthirsty beast lunges from the shadows, catching the unsuspecting target completely off guard. The impact is brutal, leaving no room for escape as the predator's jaws snap shut. As the dust settles under the moonlight, a chilling realization sets in. The hunter has become the hunted, and the true nightmare is only just beginning. A sudden, unexpected presence sends a jolt of adrenaline through the air, nearly causing a clumsy mistake. Frustration boils over as the man demands a warning, his eyes narrowing with suspicion and irritation. But the real tension lies in the question about the beast from earlier. A calm, chilling response follows. The mission is complete, and the information is no longer needed. A sudden realization hits as the small companion looks on in pure confusion, unable to understand the logic behind the current situation. The young man offers a hesitant explanation, his true intentions still hidden behind a veil of uncertainty. But the truth is far more calculated. A smirk reveals that this wasn't a surprise at all, but a deliberate move in a much deeper game of deception. The investigation has taken a terrifying turn. What was thought to be a natural predator has been revealed as something far more sinister, a biological nightmare engineered in a lab. With the truth finally out in the open, there's no turning back. The plan is set, and the next move will determine if they survive the coming storm. A sudden realization strikes as a dangerous idea begins to take shape. The weight of a hidden strategy is starting to press down heavily. With no other way out, the decision is made to remain in the shadows of this city. It's safer than the capital, but the true cost of staying remains unknown. The warnings were clear. A mysterious, unidentified secret organization is moving in the shadows, and the danger is real. It's not just the secret group to worry about. Dangerous lunatics have been unleashed, adding chaos to an already volatile situation. In a massive city like this, back alley gangsters lurk in every corner, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The order was simple: just gather the important information. But for him, the realization hits like a physical blow. He's being sent in all alone. The pressure is mounting. With eyes watching his every move, he knows he can't afford even a single mistake. He issues a strict command: gather intelligence and stay vigilant. The real move is coming. The plan is set. Once the pieces are in place, he will finally step out of the shadows. With a subtle nod, the professor reveals a hidden confidence, signaling that he is prepared for whatever chaos is coming next. But beneath that calm exterior lies a harsh reality. He knows that true stability is an illusion, and a storm is brewing that he can no longer escape. The weight of the situation is sinking in. Realizing the growing danger, the realization hits hard. It's time to start gathering allies before things spiral out of control. The discovery of a werewolf's creation in this modern era is terrifying. But the real nightmare, the presence of a laboratory sign, suggests a much more organized and sinister force is pulling the strings behind this experiment. With the threat of the beast finally neutralized, a heavy silence falls over the night, but the victory feels hollow. The mission is done, but the desire to stay out of the brewing chaos remains stronger than ever. The headlines were impossible to ignore. A chilling report surfaced, claiming the unidentified killer stalking the academy is still very much alive and active. The horror didn't stop there. Just this past Sunday, the bloodshed continued as 5 more lives were snatched away in the shadows. The scale of the tragedy is reaching a breaking point. The total death toll has now officially exceeded 10, leaving the entire institution in a state of pure panic. The investigation has hit a wall, while the perpetrator's true identity remains shrouded in mystery. Terrified witnesses are describing something far more monstrous: a terrifying beast covered in black fur. The authorities are trying to maintain order, claiming the culprit is nothing more than a deranged killer. They've promised an arrest is imminent, but the tension in the air suggests otherwise. As the man reads the headlines, the weight of the situation settles in. Despite the official reports, a heavy cloud of anxiety continues to grip the citizens, leaving everyone waiting for the next strike. Sunday. He stares at the calendar in pure disbelief. Everything he thought he had accomplished just went up in flames. He was certain the threat was neutralized. He had personally dealt with the beast just the day before, or so he thought. But a chilling realization begins to sink in. If the danger is still active, it means the nightmare is far from over, and there might be more than one predator lurking in the shadows. The atmosphere in the room suddenly shifts as a sharp sound cuts through the silence, drawing attention to the desk. A hand reaches out, gripping a document that holds secrets far more dangerous than they appear. The weight of the discovery is immediate. The realization hits like a physical blow. Everything is about to change. The atmosphere in the lecture hall was heavy, thick with an unspoken tension that everyone could feel. Every student sat in silence, eyes fixed forward, waiting for the moment that would change their semester. Suddenly, a sharp voice pierced through the quiet, announcing a presence no one expected. The professor has arrived, and with his entrance, the real game begins. Whispers are spreading through the halls, and the rumors are getting harder to ignore. Everyone is talking about a single individual. The gossip is intense. They're questioning if the rumors of a groundbreaking new spell are actually true or just another legend. But then, a sudden announcement cuts through the tension, leaving everyone wondering, what is the real news? The peace of the academy has been shattered. Reports are flooding in that 2 first-year students were brutally attacked under the cover of darkness. While the attackers didn't take lives, the damage left behind is terrifying. The victims are severely wounded, bearing marks that defy explanation. The wounds aren't just simple cuts. They look exactly like the savage scratches of a beast. This wasn't a human attack. It was something much more primal. The reports were chilling. Witnesses who regained consciousness after the brutal assault described a nightmare. A terrifying beast had descended upon them. The whispers that had been circulating for the past week were no longer just rumors. The truth was far more sinister than anyone dared to imagine. Confirmed casualties were surfacing in Lethavelk. As the realization set in, a heavy silence fell over the room, leaving everyone questioning what comes next. The atmosphere in the hall shifts instantly as a commanding announcement cuts through the chatter, signaling the arrival of the academy's highest authority. Whispers erupt among the students as they identify the newcomer. This isn't just any faculty member. It's a veteran of the pharmacology department with over 2 decades of experience. As the weight of her reputation settles, the realization sinks in. The pieces of the academy's power structure are moving, and the stakes are higher than ever. A heavy silence hangs in the air as a figure stands before the assembly, the weight of an unspoken truth pressing down on everyone present. The atmosphere shifts instantly as the leader prepares to break the calm, signaling that the peace they once knew is about to shatter. With a sudden, piercing declaration, the announcement is made: this urgent meeting isn't just a formality. It's a warning of the chaos to come. A shadow has fallen over the academy. A mysterious assailant has emerged, lurking in the darkness and threatening the peace of the institution. The situation has turned deadly. Just last night, 2 new students were left seriously injured, leaving everyone wondering who the next target will be. The investigation has hit a terrifying wall. While the culprit's identity remains hidden in the shadows, the witnesses have shared a chilling detail that changes everything. The reports are clear. The recent attacks were carried out by a werewolf, a cryptid of legend. The news is met with pure disbelief. To the authorities, such a creature is an impossibility. leaving them to wonder if they've fundamentally misunderstood the true nature of the threat. The air in the room grew heavy as a piercing gaze locked onto its target, demanding an answer that could change everything. With a steady, unyielding presence, the scholar stood his ground, preparing to reveal a truth that no one was ready to hear. The weight of his words fell like a hammer, declaring that this territory was under the absolute protection of a mighty empire. The stakes just reached a breaking point. With a voice full of absolute certainty, the man dismissed the rumors with a single, cold statement. Werewolves simply do not exist in this kingdom. He scoffed at the idea, viewing the growing legends as nothing more than mere campfire tales, used to frighten the students. To him, the whispers circulating through the academy halls were nothing but baseless ghost stories. But as the shadows deepen, one thing is clear: the truth is much more dangerous than any legend he chooses to ignore. The tension in the room was palpable as a sharp question cut through the silence, pointing to the growing number of casualties. The response was cold and unwavering. The truth had been heard, and the investigation was far from over. But then, a bold claim was made, challenging the very nature of the predator lurking in the shadows. If it's not a werewolf, then what is it? A chilling realization begins to take hold as a pattern emerges from the shadows. The investigator stares in disbelief, realizing that both victims share a common, high-profile background. They are both of noble lineage. The pieces are falling into place, leading to a terrifying conclusion. The culprit isn't an outsider. The threat is hiding right inside the academy, among the students. Intense. The tension reaches a breaking point as a shocking revelation is shouted to the crowd. With a look of pure conviction, the man points a finger, declaring that the student in question is nothing more than a commoner, threatening to shatter the very foundation of the academy's hierarchy. The tension breaks for a moment as a sudden, relatable realization hits. It seems even the most serious situations can be interrupted by a bit of generational frustration. But don't get too comfortable. A new shadow is looming, and the next confrontation is already unfolding. The stakes are about to reach a breaking point.